You've probably heard that 67 is the magic number for Social Security, but here's what most people don't hear until it's too late. Claiming at the wrong time relative to 67 can cost you more than $100,000 over a typical retirement. According to the Social Security Administration, about 57% of Americans still claim Social Security before their full retirement age. That's the majority, and a large share of them never ran the numbers. In this video, you're going to get the complete decision tree for full retirement age. The break-even math, the spousal benefit multiplier, the tax trap almost nobody talks about, and the one scenario where claiming early actually holds up. Let's get into it. Why 67 is the pivotal number. Social Security's full retirement age, or FRA, is not one age for everyone. It depends entirely on your birth year. If you were born in 1960 or later, which covers most of the audience watching this right now, your FRA is 67. That's it. No asterisks. According to the SSA's official benefit chart, FRA is 67 for everyone born from 1960 onward. If you were born between 1955 and 1959, your FRA lands somewhere between 66 and 2 months and 66 and 10 months. The key thing to understand is that FRA is the anchor point for the entire benefit calculation. Every other claiming age, 62, 64, 70, is measured as a percentage of your FRA benefit. Here's why this matters so much for late starters. If you're in your 50s right now and you haven't accumulated the retirement savings you wanted, Social Security may carry more weight in your income plan than it would for someone with a full 401k. That shifts the stakes of this decision considerably. The more you depend on Social Security, the more precisely you need to understand what FRA means. What full retirement age actually means for your benefit. Let's put a real number on this. The Social Security Administration calculates your benefit using your highest 35 years of indexed earnings. That produces your primary insurance amount, your PIA. That PIA is what you receive at exactly FRA. Claim before FRA and your benefit is permanently reduced. Claim after FRA and your benefit is permanently increased. Here's the scale. According to the SSA, claiming at 62, the earliest possible age, reduces your FRA benefit by up to 30% for someone with an FRA of 67. Claim at 70, and your benefit is 124% of your PIA. That's the delayed retirement credit, 8% per year after FRA, guaranteed, up to age 70. The federal government is essentially offering you a risk-free 8% annual return on every month you wait past 67. You will not find that rate anywhere else right now. My take on this is straightforward. The delayed credit is one of the most valuable financial instruments available to Americans in their late 60s. The burden of proof is on early claiming, not on waiting. That said, individual variation matters here. Your health history, your family longevity, and whether you have a spouse all change the calculation. And I'm going to walk through each of those now. The break-even. Math, where the numbers actually land. The break-even calculation is simple in concept. If you claim early, you collect more checks. If you delay, each check is larger. At some point, the cumulative total from delaying catches up to and surpasses the cumulative total from claiming early. That crossover is the break-even age. Let's use concrete numbers. The Social Security Administration reports the average retired worker benefit in 2025 is approximately $1,978 per month. For illustration, let's say your FRA benefit is $2,000 per month at 67. If you claim at 62, your benefit drops to $1,400. If you delay to 70, it rises to $2,480. Claim at 62 versus 67. You collect $1,400 from age 62 to 67. That's 60 months, before someone claiming at 67 gets their first check. The 67 claimer needs to make up that head start. At the higher monthly amount, they break even at roughly age 78 to 79. After that, every month the 67 claimer is alive, they are ahead. Claim at 67 versus 70. The 67 claimer collects 36 extra months before the 70 claimer starts. The break-even is around age 82 to 83. Here's what I want you to take away from that. The average American woman reaching age 65 today has a life expectancy of about 86.5 years, according to the Social Security Administration's actuarial tables. The average American man reaching 65 has a life expectancy of about 83.9 years. Those life expectancies sit right at or past the break-even point for delaying to 67, and well past it for women delaying to 70. The data is clear. For the average person, delaying to at least 67 is the mathematically superior choice. If your family history suggests you live into your late 80s or beyond, delaying to 70 is even stronger, the one exception that genuinely holds up. If you have a serious, documented health condition that meaningfully shortens your life expectancy, early claiming can make sense. That's not a hedge, that's a real scenario. But absent that, the break-even math favors waiting. Spousal and survivor benefit multiplier. This is the piece most single-income households miss entirely. Social Security is not just about your own benefit. It's about the benefit structure you're building for your spouse. Here's how it works. A spouse who earned less or didn't work can claim up to 50% of your FRA benefit as a spousal benefit. That spousal benefit is also anchored to your FRA amount, not your claimed amount. But here's the critical part. The survivor benefit is different. When one spouse dies, the surviving spouse keeps the larger of the two benefits. If you delayed to 70 and built a $2,480 monthly benefit, your spouse inherits that $2,480 for the rest of their life. According to the SSA, the average length of widowhood for American women is more than a decade. That means the survivor benefit you build today could be the primary income for your spouse for 10+ years. Claiming early to capture a few extra years of payments can permanently reduce that survivor safety net. My position. If you are the higher earner in a couple, delaying your benefit to at least FRA, and ideally to 70, is one of the highest impact financial decisions you can make for your household. The math is not close for couples. Your specific filing status and the age gap between you and your spouse will shift the exact numbers. A couple where one spouse is 10 years younger faces a very different longevity calculation than a same-age couple. Run your own numbers at SSA's online estimator, but the default posture for higher-earning spouses is delay. The tax trap at 67. Almost no one talks about. Here's where I cover catch-up retirement strategy for late starters, and this is a piece of the Social Security puzzle that comes up constantly. A lot of people assume Social Security is tax-free income. It's not for most people. The IRS uses a metric called combined income to determine how much of your Social Security is taxable. Combined income is your adjusted gross income plus any non-taxable interest, plus half of your Social Security benefits. According to the IRS, if that combined income exceeds $25,000 for a single filer or $32,000 for a married couple filing jointly, up to 50% of your benefits become taxable. Above $34,000 single or $44,000 married, up to 85% of your benefits are subject to federal income tax. Why does this matter for the 67 decision? Because the year you claim Social Security, your combined income jumps. If you're also drawing from a traditional IRA or 401k, which is likely if you're a late starter pulling from all available sources, those withdrawals stack on top of Social Security and can push 85% of your benefit into taxable territory. Here's what I'd do in that situation. Before you claim, look hard at your withdrawal sequencing. If you have a Roth IRA, Roth 401k, or any after-tax savings, those withdrawals don't count toward combined income. Drawing from those accounts in the years before you claim, or in coordination with Social Security, can keep you below the taxation thresholds. Your state tax situation also matters here. As of 2025, 41 states do not tax Social Security benefits at all, but 9 states still do, with varying rules. That changes the net income math depending on where you live. The tax trap is real and it's fixable, but only if you plan for it. Before you file, not after. How to build your personal decision tree. Now let's put the full framework together. Think of it as 4 gates in order. Gate 1, health. Do you have a significant documented health condition that reduces your realistic life expectancy below the break-even age of roughly 79? If yes, early claiming deserves serious consideration. If no, proceed to Gate 2. Gate 2, spousal dynamics. Are you the higher earner in a couple? If yes, the survivor benefit calculus strongly favors delaying to at least 67 and likely to 70. If you're single, the decision rests more purely on break-even math and personal financial need. Gate 3, financial need. Do you genuinely need the income at 62 or 64 to cover basic living expenses? If you have no other assets and no income bridge, claiming earlier may be a practical necessity, not an optimal choice, but a real one. If you have savings, a pension, part-time income, or a spouse's benefit to bridge the gap, you have options. Gate 4, tax positioning. Have you modeled what your combined income looks like in the year you claim? If your traditional IRA and 401k withdrawals will push 85% of your benefit into taxable income, you may want to rethink your withdrawal order or delay Roth conversions first. According to a 2023 study by the Center for Retirement Research at Boston College, only about 4% of Americans claim at the financially optimal age for their situation. 4%. The other 96% are leaving money on the table, sometimes a little, sometimes a lot. Run these 4 gates in order. For most people watching this, the answer that emerges is delay to at least 67, seriously consider 70, and get your tax sequencing right before you file. Disclaimer. And next steps. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. This is general education, not personalized advice. Consult a fiduciary before acting. If you want to dig deeper into your own numbers, the SSA's My Social Security portal at ssa.gov gives you your personalized earnings record and benefit estimates at every claiming age. That's your starting point. If this video helped you think through the FRA decision more clearly, subscribe to Money After 50. We publish new videos every other day, focused entirely on catch-up retirement strategies for people who are starting later than they planned. You're not behind forever. You just need the right framework. What Social Security or retirement income question would you most like me to dig into next? Drop it in the comments. I read every one, and your question might become the next video. Coming up next, the 2026 TCJA tax cuts are set to expire, and that expiration could significantly change your retirement tax picture. I'm breaking down exactly what changes, who gets hit hardest, and what moves make sense before the deadline. That's the next video. Don't miss it.